Welcome back. It's 8:45. Now, yesterday we asked you a question. How have you spent your festive season? Do you regret your spending habits? And of course, it'll sort of give some light as to how you're going to spend the year 2017. Now, today's question was, how are you going to make 2017 much better than last year or the previous years? And better still, how can you make it be the best year of your life? Some of the tweets that have been coming through from our viewers is that Unati Khudbum, my goal is to get a permanent job and become a better person I used to be. Mohammed says, my New Year's looks perfect and I'll send my kids to school. Lois Okhadebe says, my New Year's resolution is to finish my mother's house, from Lois Okhadebe in Harding in KZN. And Wandi Lengeba says, hoping that all my dreams will be realized, including getting a promotional post. We'll be praying for you there, my brother. And Owen Chippen says, 2017 resolutions for all South Africans to change the government. Well, South Africans are certainly watching. And Dalex Rue says, I'm taking all the negatives in my life and turning them into a positive. Absolutely. And Shimi says, my goal is to pay off all my debts and be debt-free, and then get into serious department of a house, or rather serious debt of a house, and correct all my 2016 mistakes. Good luck there. And VG Military SA says, my goal is to make sure that I work harder on stepping the ladder to success. Education first. All right, we're not closing you out since we have like almost 10 minutes before the show closes. But then do send your tweets on @MorningLive SABC. We'll certainly interact with you during the course of the day. Now, Priyanka has come out all guns blazing and just released a music video to the soundtrack Science featuring Kapital K. The collaboration speaks to a diversity of Africans and bringing different races together through a universal language, which is, of course, music. Now, with her single is playlisted and getting airplay on radio stations across the country, Priyanka is currently working on a studio album, and she joins us live on Morning Live. A very good morning to you, Priyanka.
Hi.
And welcome to Morning Live.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Talk us to us about your collaboration with Kapital K. How did that come about?
So I actually met Kapital K through one of my cousins, and they were quite good friends. And he was like, you know what, this guy is amazing. He's an amazing rapper. You guys should do something together. And when we met, and we just hit it off straight away, and the voices just worked so perfectly together, and it just worked from there.
Wow. Now, which other artists did you collaborate with, or do you plan to working with?
So one of my singles that's due for release is with Kimosabi from Prom Nights. That I'm quite excited for because he's also really, really good. And we'll take it from there.
Right.
We'll see what
How do you
happens.
describe your music? In what genre does it fall under?
So I listen to a lot of different genres, so I get my influences from everywhere. My music is mainly focused around R&B and soul, but it brings in a few different aspects from different genres.
This will be your first album, isn't it?
Yes, this is my first album.
Right. What can you expect from it?
It's quite exciting. I decided with this album I want to kind of express myself and show all the different sides of me. So it doesn't all sound exactly the same, but it's got all different flavors of what makes me as a person. So
of all the songs that you've worked on, obviously there's one particular song that stands out and close to your heart. Which one is it?
So I think I would say it's the first one that I released, which is Science, because it's just done so well, and I have a degree in science, so it just worked out perfectly.
What does it mean? Can you take us through that song?
So what Science means is, it basically, I wanted a song that could relate to everyone at some point in their life. So at some point in everyone's life, you'll meet that special someone that you just connect with. There's like this gravity and this energy that pulls you together, like magnetic energy, and there's just like a chemistry that brings you together. So that's what Science focused around.
Now, Kimosabe produced your album. How is it working with him?
I can't even explain it to you. He is a genius. He just everything. When a song is playing, he can just pick up like little nuances and things that need to be changed, things that the normal person would not even hear. But it makes the biggest difference. It's been great working with him.
Wow,
So,
wow.
yeah.
Since this is your first big project, what have you been working on previously?
So I've previously got a few songs produced.
Oh, really?
But it wasn't really the genre I wanted to focus on. It was more influences coming from the outside that was like, you know, this would be a good genre to focus on because it would do well, it would sell on radio and everything. And it wasn't what I was truly passionate about. So I ended up just making music just for the sake of it.
So
and
what made you decide that this is my genre that I'm going to take work on from now on?
So I've always been passionate about R&B, and I listen to a lot of R&B and hip-hop, like Rihanna, Alicia Keys, all of them. And I've always wanted to make music like that. And after going through like the other few songs, which was mainly focused around pop and sort of a Taylor Swift type vibe, I was like, you know what, this music is cool, but it's not me. So I decided to actually just give it a go, and I found Chemo, and we just gelled, and he's helping me produce the music that I actually want to show.
And who's your musical inspiration or role model in South Africa?
So I would say a bit of Mikasa and Questa. Definitely, I love Questa. But more Mikasa because they're themselves. When they're on stage, they enjoy it, they're passionate about it. You can see that they just love doing what they love doing.
Yeah, yeah. You know, if you're passionate about something, it certainly rubs off on your music. So
Definitely.
when can we expect the album to be released?
So we're looking at around mid-year, somewhere around maybe June, July, around there.
All right. Now, Priyanka, I've been listening to your song and I'm hooked. I can't wait for the album to be released.
I'm so glad. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. Hey.
Thanks so
and
much
all the
for
best
having
in your
me.
album.
Thank you.
All right, cheers. That was a musical artist, Priyanka, who come up to it with guns blazing and has just released a music video to the soundtrack called Science featuring Kapital K. Morning Live takes a break and we'll be back with more after the break.